Hi, I'm George. I'm here to talk about having panic attacks and what you can do while you're having panic attacks to make them a little easier and a little less intense because they're horrible. I have panic disorder. I've had panic disorder for about 4 months now. Panic disorder can develop from long periods of high levels of stress, and I also have anxiety disorder. Oh, you can't even see my eyes because of the sunlight coming in from behind my camera. Oh well, we'll just have to ignore that together. I'll tilt my head down a little bit. Oh, double chin. This derailed quickly. Anyway, I had anxiety disorder for a very long time. I still do. And I was having a really crappy time at work. I was having just really high levels of anxiety every day I went into work. So eventually I also had some issues going on in my personal life with my friendships and my family relations. So I developed panic disorder. And panic disorder is when your sympathetic nervous system, which is the nervous system that responds, I guess, sort of emotionally with chemicals. I'm not a medical professional, so you can't quote me on that. But I know that the sympathetic nervous system is what releases serotonin and adrenaline, I think. I only think it releases serotonin. I know it releases adrenaline. And that's what a panic attack is a release of adrenaline. It's a fight or flight situation when it's not actually a fight or flight situation. Your brain has just decided to tell your body that it is that. So that's very annoying. One time I had a panic attack in a diner eating some pancakes. It was probably the first panic attack, actually, and it was horrible. Also, a lot of people call them anxiety attacks instead of panic attacks because I didn't know I was having panic attacks because I was like, well, I'm not panicking. But then I heard them described as anxiety attacks, and then it was like, oh, yeah, that makes more sense. Yep. But I was having a panic attack while eating pancakes in a diner in my home. Well, not my hometown, but in the town that I used to live in. And I recently moved 2 weeks ago across country, so I don't live there anymore. But when I did live there for the past 4 months, I could not eat at that diner anymore because I would have panic attacks about having panic attacks. It's a vicious cycle. So I was too scared to go back to that diner and eat because I would think I would have another panic attack in front of a whole bunch of people. And because I was having that panic attack and I didn't know what was wrong with me, and I didn't want the people I was with to think I was a freak or make fun of me, because I had really shitty friends at the time. Oh, I just cursed. I'm sorry. I forced myself to eat pancakes to try and seem normal, which was really difficult because when you're having a panic attack, your system shuts down. Your digestive system shuts down. Pretty much anything that's not really useful in a situation of having to fight for survival or run away for survival, your body shuts it down. So I was forcing myself to eat, I was choking on my pancakes every time I tried to swallow, and it was not fun. And then a week later, I was at my sister's house, and we were making pancakes for our family because our family was in town. And I had a panic attack while making the pancakes. I didn't even get to eating them yet. And it was still at a time when I didn't know what was happening to me. And when you're having panic attacks, sometimes it feels like you're going crazy because you don't know why you're freaking out about nothing. So sometimes it is very common to believe that you are developing a sort of hallucination, mental illness like schizophrenia or some sort of psychosis, but you're not, and you're going to be okay. Just so you know, a panic attack can only last for about 20 to 30 minutes because your body can't last on adrenaline for very long. You sort of run out and then you sort of burn out. You get very tired afterwards. That's very common. So I actually still have not eaten pancakes since then. No, I ate pancakes one time after then, and I had a panic attack. But it wasn't too bad. I was able to handle it because I had more information and techniques. So I was okay. Now then, on to what to do when you're having a panic attack. Probably the number one thing that I've heard is that you have to continue to do whatever it was you were doing, because your brain will store the information of, we had a panic attack while eating pancakes, so we avoid eating pancakes to not have a panic attack. So that means if we eat a pancake, we're going to have another panic attack because there's something wrong with pancakes to give us panic attacks. So that's how that chain works. If I had known that in the beginning, I would have kept eating pancakes, which I'll probably be perfectly fine with not eating a pancake again in my life. It's probably better for me that way. You guys see that double chin? Oh yeah, it's cute. Another thing you can do while you're having a panic attack, you can't really lessen the physical response to the adrenaline, but you can lessen the mental response. And what I do is I just tell myself, you're not in danger, you're just discomfort, because that's all it is. It's a really uncomfortable feeling for a short amount of time. A panic attack cannot kill you. It cannot cause anything bad to happen to you. You just have to continue to do what you were already doing. Remember to breathe. You got to breathe into your stomach. A lot of people think when you take deep breaths, it's into the chest, but you got to pull it into your stomach. And I do a count of 5 seconds in, breathing through my nose deep into my stomach, and then 5 seconds out, breathing slowly. And I just do that until I calm down. And I just tell myself that I'm not in danger, just discomfort. That's all. It's okay. Although another situation, I've never really been able to drink coffee and have a good response to it. Caffeine at high amounts can give me panic attacks. Before I had panic disorder, it was really just anxiety. It would just make me really nervous and anxious all the time. So I can't drink coffee now. Meh. That's the point of that. I am really self-conscious about my breathing right now because I just realized, because I go a lot, but I got big lungs, so you gotta forgive me. The other day, last week, was it last week? I think it was this week. I think it was on Monday. No, last week, because the day is Monday. Sorry. About a week ago, I had an iced coffee. For the first time in months, I had coffee. Now, the thing about iced coffee is that they brew it twice as strong as normal coffee so that you can taste the flavors, which means I was consuming twice the amount of caffeine than I ever do. If I ever do drink like a latte or a chai latte, that has a little caffeine in it, but it's not the amount that iced coffee is, and I didn't realize that. At the time, I knew that information, but I didn't realize it. So I had a panic attack. And I was at home. I was eating dinner with my roommate. And I was just sitting there in the chair, having my panic attack, feeling the incredible sense and dread that impending doom is going to happen when nothing bad is going to happen. I was just sitting there staring at the bridge that we can see from our balcony. It was late at night, so I couldn't see the lights. And I realized that I had to get myself out of it because I was actually having an okay day, and I didn't want it to be ruined by just one panic attack. So I took control of the situation by changing the situation. I opened up my laptop and I just turned on a YouTube series, Hey USA. I love that show. But I just took control of the situation by changing the situation, because the situation was me just sitting there letting the panic attack take control and not being able to enjoy myself. So I forced myself to grab my laptop, open it up, pull up Hey USA, and I just started watching the videos. I just started letting them roll through, and it took my mind off of it, which was nice. So that's a few things you can do. Just remember, you're not in danger, you're just discomfort. Just say that over and over again until it sticks. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You just gotta go with it. Remember to breathe into your stomach slowly. I've heard a lot of people say that they do it at a 3 count. I like to do it at a 5 count, but I have huge lungs, so that's normal for me anyway. And what else was it? Oh, take control of the situation if you can. Whereas if you're at work, depending on your job, I used to have panic attacks at my work. Oh, I forgot something. Low amounts of sleep caused me to have panic attacks. Like last night, I went to bed at about midnight. I went to bed at midnight, and I had to wake up this morning at 7 o'clock, and that's not enough sleep for me. I need sleep. That's just how I am. And I had a panic attack. I had a little one. I know how to take control of them now, but I had a panic attack this morning when we were just running an errand. So that's a thing. If you are low on sleep, it can cause panic attacks. And my previous job during the summers, we would have to get to work at 6 in the morning. So I would be usually on very little sleep because I just don't fall asleep early in the evening. And also I just sort of hyped myself up every morning that, okay, I'm going to be tired, so I'm going to have a panic attack. And I would have a panic attack. Sometimes you just got to tell yourself to stop thinking about what might or might not give you a panic attack, because that can also induce a panic attack. So if low, you sort of need to look at your environment and your own behaviors outside of a panic attack to figure out what could be causing them. Nutrition can help. It can help. I've heard. I don't know. Sleep pattern can help. Exercise can help. Actually, I've heard that exercise is really good for if you have panic disorder, because it tires your body out enough that you won't have such a response to the adrenaline, I think. I'm still not a medical professional in this 12-minute video. I did not get my MD, so do not take that as fact. So sleep is a thing for me. If I don't get enough sleep, I'm probably going to have a panic attack. So, yeah. And really, that's all I have. Yeah. Okay. I hope you guys don't have panic attacks. I hope you are okay. And get medical professional help if you can. I can't take medication because I had a panic attack while I was drunk once. So now I am scared to put chemicals into my body. I get nervous, I get anxious taking aspirin now. And for a long time I couldn't take melatonin because I take that every once in a while when I can't sleep. So if you can, speak to a physician. I prefer to just work through it through cognitive behavioral therapy. And then if that doesn't work for you, then, well, you do whatever you want to do. Either go medication, don't. I'm not your mom. I'm not going to boss you around. I don't do medication, though. So, yay. Bye.